As you can see, it's overcast. I drove 18 miles of dirt road. Took me 3.5 hours to get back here. They aren't joking when they're talking about high clearance vehicles to get back here. Beulah and me made it, one piece. Thank you, good Lord. Glad to see that we did. We're getting ready to head up to a place on the northwest side of Sycamore Canyon, I would call it. Up there, as you're coming in, I already spotted some walls and stuff inside of the alcoves. We'll try to get to those later. I've got about 3.5 hours here, and then I've got to be on the way out. I don't want to do that road anywhere close to the dark. We're heading right now for the backside of that hill right there. So we're going to follow it around, go up, see what we can find. Whew. Glad I made it. This is a crazy drive. That's a little bit of green right through here is the old Jeep trail they talk about. We parked back where we're supposed to. They say follow the Jeep trail up and then climb up to the left of the butte through the little saddle. Kind of hoping to find some yucca over here. The last trip I took, the one over to Hidden House, I could have used the yucca. Getting a little bit old to be climbing along 6-inch wide knife ridges and stuff without something to help me, especially when I'm carrying a backpack. So I think I'm going to cut there and then around the backside. That's the butte it's supposed to be on. Hopefully they're right. It's a hell of a ride back here. But let's see if we can get some of the view going around through here. It's a little hard to see. I may have to try to lighten it up. Sycamore Canyon Wilderness National Forest. Sycamore Basin junction with Yew Thicket, Cedar Creek, Winter Cabin Trail. I'll go that way. Again, there's a trail heads up that way. It is a beautiful hike. Lots of Indian up here. Pieces are just laying on the surface right through here. We're not even close. The cliff houses are supposed to be. So I spend too much time by myself to really watch too much ghost hunting and whispering. I know for a fact that I'm completely and 100% alone up here. There's not another person within 10 miles of me, even as a crow flies, let alone as you gotta walk. But I swear to God, I heard voices up ahead, kids. Well, not screaming and hollering, but playing what it sounded like to me. Maybe it's true. Maybe there are skinwalkers up here. I may have to switch you to the left hand, free up my right hand. I don't know if skinwalkers can be taken down with a gun, but it sure as hell make me feel a lot better. Sure enough, another car came in behind me. Okay, so it wasn't skinwalkers. False alarm. It's a steep climb. Not gonna lie. Heavy breathing is me. Sweat's pouring off me in buckets. You can see how high I've climbed. Ever onward. This looks like it was an old volcano. You can see a basalt rise ahead. Right there. Looks like the trail's going to go right around it. Some caves right over there. All the way down along here. Can't wait to get up and fly my drone. I'll slow down a little bit here. Makes for good footing, but it tends to grab hold of your feet if you're not careful. Nope, it goes this way. I think I might have caught a glimpse where it could be. Yes, I did. There's my first glimpse of it, folks. I feel like an old man got wet the sweat away from my eyes. Wow. Look at that. That is so amazing. I've been to Mesa Verde back in the 89 or 91, when you get up into things. This is the wall right here. That's collapsed. But look at that. Wow. This is just stunningly gorgeous. The timber's still sticking out. It's a dry stack. We'll go back into that. I brought my flashlights. Just built it right around the volcanic boulder. just like the Europeans used to do it. Dry stack, rubble filled stack on the center. The doorway still has the original wood in it. Look at how pretty that is. Think, I'll look up the exact date, 1,000 years ago, they used a hand axe, stone blade, to cut through these ends. Look at the daub. Okay. So I made it to Cliff House. Sycamore Canyon's down below me. Look at these ruins. Getting back here is no picnic. The hike up is not terrible if you take it a little slower than what I did. But the views, the structures, are more than I can say. This is the top of that building. You can see it was 2 stories. Probably 3. I would not doubt that this went all the way up. The logs getting those up here, that was a chore. See how they wove in over the top of it? See if I can get this in there. See the individual? They covered it with bark from the junipers, put dirt and mud on it, called it a roof. No, I'm not climbing on the walls. You can see where the wall used to go from here, across this opening, up over to there. They had some old posts here and there that are been taken off at some point in the past. This wall still has the daub in it. And to think, 400 to 1,000 years ago, there was hands mixing that up, putting it in there, making their house warm and dry. I'm glad the fire didn't take place or did take hold through here. So here we go, hands and knees. Look at that. I mean, there was no other way to get through that. That's hard rock right below me. volcanic boulder right there. Now I'm inside the second room. Sweat rolling down my face. And that's where we came through on our hands and knees. Sycamore Canyon is right down there. Where did they get water? Was this a seasonal? Did they store water? There's no creek down at the bottom here. It's water over there. It's a long way to bring up water. Look what somebody else did here, folks. Come on. There we go. Another spall from a piece of flint knapping. Yeah, everybody likes to put that stuff up high, don't they? Oh well, people are people, I guess. I'll check down below. I'm going to go up here. So just so you guys don't think. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to stay off the wall there. I'm going to go up here, get to the second level. Stay up where it's all ash or where it's all volcanic. Here's my my drone and my backpacks. I got 2 drones, water, protein bar, that kind of stuff in there. But look. Again, that's a double wall stack right here with rubble in between it. That one right there is a nice solid single stack. Was that old or was that new? Or was it just rebuilt? Maybe the bottom row? You can tell which is which. Can you guys see that up there? You can. Look at all that smoke sooting. This is a pretty tall doorway right here. Oh! Switch to low light mode. Look at this roof. Turn on the light. Is that weed? That's grass over the top there. They got the big boards, small little runners across going perpendicular to it. Then they got the rush over the top of it with dirt. Look at this. Now there's a little entryway. It's interesting that, did this get filled in and was that for defensive, or did they realize that they needed airflow? So they left the top opened to vent the smoke. They put the air holes down low and it created a draw. I mean, you know what a good fireplace is like. Look at that. Holding it in place. A woven hoop to hold it in place. The banding over the top. I've never seen that. Do they have their hearth back here, do you think? Look at that. Was that right there their hearth? There's mud going up the side. There's mud going up the side right here. Be a perfect place for a fireplace. Throwing all that heat back into the room. I've never been in a structure like this. I'm going to take some stills before that other group gets up here. And I'll talk to you in a little bit. Nice family came up and joined me, so to speak. And this bulge in the wall is quite neat. They got a bulge going here, another one going here, and then the supports for that first room. And you know that it went all the way up. And like I promised, I'm going to go into this cave. I'm going to stop, switch it over to low light mode, and we're going to go in. Oh, there's been a fire back in here. I need my flashlight so I can see the ground. There's fire. Now, you gotta wonder, did they burn a fire here to keep their house warm? Were they that advanced? What did they have the fire back here for? It doesn't go too much further back, but you can see there's soot. So this wasn't just one or two fires or a couple of hikers coming back inside here to have a fire. I mean, look at how it sparkles. That's a lot of creosote on the walls back here. It's a unique formation when you think about it. This was not stacked by Indians. This is natural. This right here is a volcanic flow. A pyroclastic flow, maybe? Would that be a word for it? Well, good news. It wasn't skinwalkers. It was a nice family. Kids came up, enjoyed an afternoon. We got to do a little talking. Jason, I believe, I'll verify. I think, yeah, Jason. We'll call him Jason. Was a caver. Like to have got to spend a little bit of time with him. He's gone into a lot of caves and discovered a lot of stuff. So I bet you he's got some fun experiences to share. But I'm heading back down from the Cliff House, which was, as you've seen, was just incredibly beautiful. I've not seen a house that was in such good nick, as they say. A little bit of repair here and there, I would guess, judging by some of the walls. But I was kind of surprised by the double wall with the rubble stack in between. I'd never seen that before in a pueblo. That was an outer wall, so that one could possibly have been rebuilt. But one never knows. It looked original. The inner walls were all original. You could tell the water was in them. The smoke on them was quite, was very, very neat. I love seeing that. And it's nice to be finding some of these that are lived in. I think some of the ones that I found in the past were more along the lines of storage. They didn't have the soot markings, with the exception of Rasmussen's cave, which I'll link to down below. Do you like that? That one shows some smoke in it, but nothing like I've seen the last couple of trips. But once again, I want to thank you for coming along with me. Thanks for the travels. Be safe.